your heels with your fingertips. Start to lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Maybe press the elbows firmly into the ground to help lift the chest. Keep your chin in line with the chest. Whenever you do, don't look around in this posture. And energetically squeeze the knees together. If you'd like to go for a bind, you can clasp the hands behind you and shimmy the shoulders underneath you. If you have your hands bound, really press the hands into the mat using the lever. It will give you a little bit more lift. Keep squeezing the legs together. Take one more breath here. And slowly, slowly, slowly start to bring it back down. Place the soles of the feet together. Knees fall out wide. Take one hand on the belly and one hand on the heart. Close your eyes. And just notice the breath. Notice the rise and the fall of the abdomen. Notice the softness. Notice what it feels like to be laying in this space. And then with the hands, gently close the legs together. Take your hands to the outside edges of the legs. We'll just set up for one more bridge pose. So make sure you can graze the backs of your heels with your fingertips and that your hips, knees, and ankles are in alignment. Start to lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Press the elbows into the ground. Maybe you clasp your hands back behind you. Shimmy your shoulders under. Keep lifting the hips. Keep squeezing the knees together. And see if you can lift the hips up a little bit more. Press the arms down into the ground a little bit more. Take one more breath here. And exhale, slowly, slowly, slowly bring everything back down. Bring your knees into touch, feet out wide. And just close your eyes for a moment. Just kind of resetting the spine. And then bring the knees back into the chest. Give yourself a squeeze, just like you did at the beginning. You might feel totally different. Hopefully you feel a little bit different after all that movement we've done. And just kind of rock from side to side. Tuning back into the low back. And place your feet on the ground. You're going to pick your hips up slightly and shift them over to the right. And then hips come back down on the ground. Knees come into the chest and fall over towards the left. Your arms can come out long or into a 90-degree angle, whatever feels good for you. Your gaze can be over towards the right. Close your eyes. Or release surrender here. Just give yourself into this posture. You just worked so hard. Just feel the softness of this position. A nice passive stretch into the right side body. A couple more breaths here. Nice soft abdomen. And your next inhale brings your knees up through center. Bring your feet back down to the ground. Lift your hips up and shift them over towards the left. I'm going to bring the hips down to the ground. Bring your knees into your chest and allow them to fall over towards the right. Extend the arms out long or into a 90-degree bend, whatever feels good. And your gaze can be over towards the left. Really surrender here. See if you can take all of the effort out of this posture. Then relax the face. Take a couple breaths here, just softening up through the left side body. One more breath here in this posture. And then inhale, the knees come up through center. Place the feet on the ground and just even out the spine And we'll go for a happy baby, just like we did at the beginning. So hands come through the insides of the knees and grab for the outside edges of the feet. So whatever you did at the beginning of this class, go ahead and take that posture now. You want to aim for pulling the knees in towards the armpits. Kick the heels up towards the sky, push the hands in towards the feet. Maybe you take a rocking motion. Just feel what 1 hour, not even 1 hour of movement has done for your body. Hopefully you notice the benefits. You feel a little bit stretchier, a little bit stronger, a little bit warmer. And then squeeze your knees into your chest. Squeeze everything in, chin tucks to the chest. Really scrunch everything, scrunch your toes together, even scrunch your face. And then on your next inhale, come into your Shavasana pose. Everything comes down to the ground. Take up as much space as you need. This is one of the most important poses of the entire practice. Shavasana, your final resting pose. You'll get the best benefits from this posture if you simply do not move. Resist the urge to fidget. Simply lay in this posture. You'll be here for 3 minutes. I will time it. Really melt into this posture. Eyes closed. When in the midst of great change, it is helpful to remember how a chick is born. From the view of the chick, it is a terrifying struggle. Confined and curled in a dark shell, half-formed, the chick eats all of its food and stretches to the contours of its shell. It begins to feel hungry and cramped. Eventually, the chick begins to starve and feel suffocated by the ever-shrinking space of its world. Finally, its own growth begins to crack the shell, and the world as the chick knows it is coming to an end. The sky is falling. As the chick wriggles through the cracks, it begins to eat its shell. In that moment, growing but fragile, starving and cramped, its world breaking, the chick must feel like it's dying. Yet once everything it has relied on falls away, the chick is born. It doesn't die, but falls into a new world. Begin to bring some movement to your fingers and toes. Allow those movements to grow greater, moving into your ankles and your wrists, moving into your arms and your legs. And take a nice deep inhale. And reach the arms all the way up overhead, taking a full body stretch. And roll over onto your favorite side. Moving from corpse pose into the fetal position. This is the death and birth cycle. You can access this anytime to find a new beginning. And whenever you feel ready, come up into a seated position. Bring your palms to heart center. Close your eyes, bowing to yourself, bowing to each other, and bowing to this practice. Bring your thumbs up to your forehead so you may think with a clear mind. And bring your thumbs to your lips so you may speak words of truth. And bring your thumbs to heart center so you may live with an open heart. Thank you for sharing your practice today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, guys. And for all of you all at home, please give Yafa a round of applause. That was incredible.
Thank you so much.
And for those of you who aren't familiar, because I know that Yafa may have invited some of her friends, I'm the founder of Lyftd Clothing Company. Lyftd Clothing Company was founded in 2010 here in Atlanta. And if you look at our logo here, the brain represents knowledge and wisdom. The wings represents creativity and intuition. When you put them together, you get lifted. So with that, stay lifted.
Stay lifted, y'all. Hey.